and cancers, particularly brain tumors. And it has been an ongoing debate, but very recently, and this is from October 16 last year, the head study chief of the gigantic Interphone study, which collects data from a number of European countries and compares them with each other and do very sophisticated analysis, she has announced that mobile phones do increase the risk of brain cancer. And for me, that's a signal as good as any, to say that, well, hey, maybe we should do something about this. Because after all, we do talk about the toy, not the life necessity. Life necessities are other things. For instance, clean air, clean water, food that you can eat without a risk, love, understanding, and compassion. That's life's necessities, not toys like this, you know. And one professor in the United States recently in the journal Surgical Neurology said that cell phones, they may very well be more dangerous than cigarettes. And I hope he's wrong, but maybe he's not, and the future will tell us. But the thing with the future is, as you know, then it's generally too late to go back. You cannot say that, oh yeah, we will change this. So if you want to change, you should change today. The Bioinitiative report, to come back to that, has been used in a very much surpasses what we thought it should be used for, you know. For instance, the European Parliament, by September 4, they recommend stricter safety limits for cell phones based upon a vote, 521 to 16 in the European Parliament, and they based their analysis and their decision on the Bioinitiative report. And they also said that the current guidelines issued by an organization abbreviated leixlip, they are obsolete. And that we as scientists had said actually for decades, that these technical measures, you cannot use them in biology or medicine. They doesn't apply at all. You have to look for biological guidelines or safety levels. And their analysis included all forms of wireless telecommunication, everything you can think of. So in essence, in summary, do not believe that mobile phones and Wi-Fi are safe. They are not. They interfere with normal brain function, learning and memory, fertility, cancer risks, and have been shown to shatter the DNA cells. All of this can be found in peer-review-based scientific journals, but until now has not been in the public domain. Your health authorities, I guess, have not informed you about this, and we are talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of publications, and very often in very high impact, very high prestigious scientific journals. Of course, governments and health protection agencies are under huge pressure from the mobile phone industry, from which they receive tens of billions of pounds in tax and license fees to deny that there are any health effects at all. I could sort of fully understand that. And they usually hide behind out-of-date official recommendations or guidelines that were drawn up when it was thought that the only way that living organisms could be harmed by electromagnetic radiation was if it was sufficiently strong to cause significant acute heating and in fluid-filled plastic dolls, because that's the way they control these exposure levels. And by all means, you are no fluid-filled plastic dolls. You cannot use such technical measurements at all. That's just baloney. But they have done that for many, many years. This is totally false. There have been very clear that there are non-thermal biological effects, some of them extremely harmful, of electromagnetic fields that are well below the official safety guidelines. I mentioned that the scientists that are the furthest below, they are 100,000 times below. And they are not, of course, the winners. We're just waiting for a new report that would say that, hey, we went down another 10 times, another 10 times, another 10 times. So you have not seen the end of it. But probably the most dangerous effect is DNA fragmentation, which causes loss of fertility, impairment of the immune system, debilitation of the cancer defense, and predicts genetic damage to future generations. We've got enough for 3 billion mobile phones now in existence. The cumulative effect threatens the entire human genome. Of course it does. Last but not least, I have said in many commentaries, debate articles and public lectures for the last 25 to 30 years or even longer, I have urged that completely independent research projects must be inaugurated immediately to ensure our public health. It is also of paramount importance that scientists involved in such projects must be free of any career considerations, and that the funding needed is covered to 100%, not to 99% or 98% or less. It's like building a bridge. You cannot leave the last 2 meters hanging free in the air. Then it's not a bridge. It's just a heap of concrete. You cannot use it for anything. You must build it through to the bitter end, you know. And that's the same here. And today we met some official representatives here in Dublin, and I hope that they took on my suggestion that they should bring up the necessary money. They should send a number of Irish professors and scientists to perform the necessary type needle pinpoint studies that could finally tell us what's going on and what kind of risks we are talking about and what we need to do. Such projects shall be completely devoid of commercial interests of any sort. Public health cannot have a price tag. This is the clear responsibility of the democratic elected body of every country, and is of special importance for people with a functional impairment, electron hypersensitivity. Or do you not agree?